what are we covering today? We're basically going to be covering what our journey has been like over the past decade. My best mate Cal and I, we got into crypto at a pretty young age, just after or around during high school. Basically what we were doing is we were getting into GPU mining at the time. We learned through online gaming communities that you can actually mine Bitcoin on your computer at night. And for some uni students, any money was good money. Over the course of the years, we've obviously got into all aspects of mining and also trading. And today, what I'm going to be talking to you about is the holistic approach to investing into cryptocurrency. Basically, our 10 years in the cryptocurrency market has got us into mining. It's also got us into altcoin investing. It's got us into DeFi yield farming. And it's also got us into advanced trading. So let's jump straight into it. To understand where this strategy came from, it is important to look at that 10-year journey. It wasn't something that we've just come up with overnight. It's from trial and error and really being in this industry for such a long time. We've pretty much seen everything, including the NFT mania that happened, waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning just to buy some JPEGs, and it's all been good fun. Back in 2014 is when it all started, and that's a photo of me and my disgusting greasy hair. Now I'm looking at it right now, at the top right there. That's us building the GPU miners. I better introduce who Mining Store and Imperial Wealth actually is. So Mining Store is Australia's largest, most trusted and longest standing Bitcoin mining hosting provider. We also sell hardware for Bitcoin mining, and we've been around since around 2017 is when we officially launched. In that photo there, we originally were shipping GPU mining rigs all around Australia, literally putting them in massive boxes, shipping them up to Sydney, shipping them to Queensland, Perth, even some overseas. But when 2016-17 bull market ended, what we ended up realizing was this is not a very scalable investment. In the photo in the bottom left, that's one of our hosting facilities. And basically, as you can see, it's a lot more scalable now. Today, we're hosting over 4,500 Bitcoin miners, totaling to over $30 million worth of miners. And if you ask me, again, back in that photo, building those GPU rigs, if I would have thought we'd grown to this today, or I would have thought Bitcoin is at $100,000, I probably would have laughed at you. Obviously, throughout the journey, in 2017, I was still working full-time in foreign exchange trading, and that's basically where I was learning leverage trading. Nowhere near as good as Mitch, our head analyst, who runs our leverage trading service and our trading academy, but I was learning it. And so we were buying things like Ethereum XRP at the time. There's probably some happy XRP holders in here today. Personally, I don't hold it, but great to see it go up. I love anything in crypto going up. It wasn't until 2018-19 when Cal and I sold off a lot of the Bitcoin that we had mined over those years that we really started getting into, how can we set up these hosting facilities and scale it out? Again, in 2021, we did start getting into the NFT side of things, but we moved on from it pretty quickly. Today, we do a combination of everything. The last point there was in 2022, we started engaging in DeFi, and Clint's probably in here somewhere, I don't know where he is, but he called me up and he told me, mate, you've got to get into DeFi. And so I said, I'll have a look into it. From there, we started using our coins to yield farm, airdrop farm, and ultimately, it's become a big part of our strategy today. So what is mining? The main reason why we mine Bitcoin is to stack Bitcoin long term. When we're in this type of market right now, everyone's getting frothy on altcoins, and that's great, we are too. But the end goal, and we're openly honest about it, it is to stack as much Bitcoin as possible. A great part about mining is you do eliminate the timing element of the market. Everyone's got their story of investing into Bitcoin or any altcoins at the top of the market and watching them crumble all the way down. Mining achieves a very good dollar cost average strategy. Every single day, today, we're mining Bitcoin at nearly 100,000. Over the past year, we were mining it at everything below 100,000. So it achieves a really great dollar cost average strategy. It's also incredibly scalable. We've got clients that start with us at 1 to 5 miners and have grown it to over 100 miners, having $1 million worth of miners constantly mining Bitcoin every day for them. How do you mine? The first thing that we recommend is booking a consultation with us. There is a lot to understand. It is simple in the fact that it's passive, it's doing it all for you, but it's not something you set up today and you're celebrating tomorrow how much money you've made. It is a long-term investment. It's something that over the next 4 years you look back on and you're going, I'm glad I set that mining farm up. We do like to go everything in detail with you, so please book in a call with us or come and see us at the stand throughout the conference. Basically, the miners are hosted at our hosting facilities. We have them in Europe, we have them in Thailand, we have them in USA. And you don't have to worry about setting anything up. We do all that for you. Which miners do we recommend? We recommend the T21, and our hosting starts at 12 to 13 cents, which is about 6 to 8 US cents. Honestly, if people are offering lower electricity prices, just be very careful. Everyone's got to make money somewhere, and we do find the facilities that are much cheaper than that don't usually last too long. Mining structure is essential. When you first start out, you'll most likely be doing things on a personal level. You don't have to go and buy 50 miners and go for the max or put your whole self-managed super fund into it. You can start off on a personal level of 1 to 5 miners and make sure it is right for you. After you've done that, some people then go and look at, okay, I've got a business. I wouldn't mind my business having exposure to Bitcoin. And also, it's becoming extremely popular, the self-managed super fund side of things. As I say, mining is obviously a long-term investment, and your self-managed super fund is a long-term investment. So we've seen some of our biggest clients expand on that side because they're looking at, okay, what's Bitcoin's price going to be when I'm 60, 65? Of course, I want to have a large amount of exposure to it. So very common to see that these days. Moving on to altcoin investing, that's pretty much where you're seeing Imperial Wealth formed. A lot of our clients, they really started having a substantial amount of Bitcoin, and of course, they wanted to really get into altcoins. There's a lot going on out there. There's so many different coins, so many different projects. It's hard to keep a track of what's a good project, what's a bad one. And so we pretty much built what we call the Trading Academy. The Trading Academy, what our strategy has been is we identify that the cryptocurrency industry works in narratives. You've obviously got your storage of value coins like Bitcoin. You've got your layer 1s and layer 2s like Ethereum, Solana, Phantom. Mitch, as I said, is incredible at what he does. We were buying Solana at $20 after the whole FTX saga. That's been one of our biggest gains on our portfolio. Other coins like Fetch.ai, we got in very early. And so what we're offering to our clients on the Trading Academy is the ability to see exactly what we're doing. When you do sign up to the Trading Academy, you're getting access to exactly what our portfolio looks like. Whenever we buy or sell a coin, you get an email notification, and you also get a full write-up as to what the project is. We're doing this day in, day out. We've got a team of 5 analysts that are working, ran by Mitch, and that's basically a lot easier for us to keep on top of the market than you on your own. So again, come and talk to us at our stand about the Trading Academy. I do want to go through, I'll go back one slide, sorry. I do want to go through understanding why to invest in altcoins. It is really important to understand two charts in particular. One is the Bitcoin halving cycle, and the other one is Bitcoin dominance. Everyone in here should have seen this chart, and it can be boring going over it, but if you haven't seen this chart, make sure you understand it. Every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that Bitcoin miners gets as a reward halves. And as we know, if there's less supply out there, that pushes price up. It is literally played out the exact same every cycle. Those yellow lines determine when the Bitcoin halving happened, and we had the Bitcoin halving in April this year. And straight after, the market tends to go into the parabolic run, and that's what we're experiencing right now. So timing using the Bitcoin halving cycles is actually quite easy. Right now, we're still in an accumulation phase. We believe there's a lot left in the market, but using this chart, we are going to start determining when we're going to be getting out, selling into stable coins, let everything come back down, and then reinvesting at the bottom of the market. Like I mentioned, we did exactly that, buying Solana at $20, Fetch.ai at its absolute bottoms. but you do need to be able to take profits. Do not get caught into, I'm going to become a millionaire from all this. Take profits, make sure you're happy with it all, and otherwise you're going to end up holding things to the bottom of the market. Understanding Bitcoin dominance really helps you understand capital rotation. So for the past probably 12 or so months, we have been heavy in Bitcoin and also picking up altcoins, but Bitcoin's dominance is at about 65 or 60% right now. In the previous bull market, you can see to the left, that dropped all the way down to about 45, 30%. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going hard on altcoins right now. We do believe the money is going to start flowing more into the altcoins. With them, we'll be selling those altcoins back into USDT, letting the market drop back down, and then be going into the majors like Bitcoin and Ethereum. A lot of the altcoins, unfortunately, they may not survive. So what do you do when you have an altcoin portfolio set up? Well, the biggest thing you want to ask yourself is, how can I earn interest and airdrops from my portfolio? I want to make my portfolio work for me. Basically, DeFi in a nutshell, if anyone in here is not in DeFi yet, then definitely start looking into it, because it's probably the biggest opportunity cost that you have in your portfolio right now. You can quite easily earn between 20 to 150% yield on coins that you're already holding, whether it be on a centralized exchange or in a MetaMask wallet, whatever it might be. And you do that through yield farming. When you start getting involved in different networks out there, you've got some coins on the Ethereum network, coins on the Solana network, the Phantom network, you start opening yourself to airdrops as well. We've earned around $200,000 from airdrops alone, and I'm going to talk to you about how that ties into our holistic strategy and what we do with those airdrops when we receive them. Also, the advanced trading side of things, a big problem that we see in the cryptocurrency market is people getting into crypto through leverage. I strongly encourage people not to look at leverage trading as the main investment tool to generate them income in the cryptocurrency market. When you really understand how to manage a portfolio, leverage should be used as a hedging and enhancing strategy. It shouldn't be used as, I'm going to put $5,000 in an account and I'm going to trade the swings up and down, in our opinion. Rather, what you should do is set up your spot portfolio first. Say, for example, you're holding 1 Bitcoin in your portfolio, and as Bitcoin is approaching a key resistance level, at that point you may say, well, it may come down, there's a good risk to reward that it is, I'm going to open a short position, and if your short position gets stopped out, well, who cares? Your spot portfolio is going up substantially. But if you do get it right, you're making profit on the way down rather than just leaving your Bitcoin there. So we use it more as a hedging and enhancing strategy, at least to start with. Don't start with leverage as your main investment vehicle. When you do become a lot more experienced, and we have a full advanced trading course and a mentorship program through Mitch, our head analyst, you can then start trading the intraday a little bit more, but I strongly encourage you not to start there as your main investment vehicle. So summarizing all that, we've been through relatively quickly, because I don't have all the time today to go things in detail, but we've been through the mining element, setting up a passive income and exposure to Bitcoin over the next 4 years. We've been through getting exposure to altcoins, making sure that you are taking advantage of that risk to reward, understanding the Bitcoin halving cycles and understanding Bitcoin dominance chart. Our Trading Academy, again, is the best place for you if you need help with setting up an altcoin portfolio. We've been through a bit of DeFi and yield farming, so using those altcoins that you have to actually put into yield farming opportunities and earning 20 to 150% interest on your positions and opening yourself to airdrops. Then what you can start doing is, say you are farming on, Equalizer is a decentralized exchange on the Phantom network. Blake Cooper's here this weekend. If you want to go and speak to him, he's a great guy. Definitely have a chat to him. But say you are farming on Equalizer and then you earn an airdrop of $1,000. What you could do is you could go, all right, well, maybe I could sell off this airdrop and go and buy some miners, or I could sell this airdrop and go and recompound it into one of my yield farming plays that I'm already in. On top of that, the yields that you're earning from yield farming, you can use those yields to pay off the electricity bills on your miners. This is a very common strategy that our top clients will do, and I'll be getting some of them on the stage today to have a quick chat about that. In summary, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through today. It was really enjoyable to get out to you what we're doing on the back of Mining Store and Imperial Wealth. I'd love to invite any clients that we have up on the stage. I'm not sure if we want to do questions first, but maybe Phil, what do you think?
Totally up to you.
Yeah, I might get clients up on the stage and then we can do some
Let's
questions
go.
as well.
If you're a client, jump on up. You can
Don't be shy.
have my microphone.
Any clients that are in the stage, if you want to come up, it'd be good to get a couple words from you. Appreciate it, guys. Peter. Yeah. We'll have time for questions as well. So these are some of the clients that have been with us. Some have been with us for a long time. One thing that I will say is, although we do preach the holistic approach to investing, it's not like you have to go and buy a miner, set up an altcoin portfolio, learn how to day trade and yield farm all at the same time. You'll hear from all these clients that some of them started on just mining, some of them started on just altcoin investing. But ultimately, over time, we do nurture you guys through and get a bit of exposure to everything. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Bob the Builder from our Discord, or Ryan Jenkins. I'll give it a bit of a wipe because it's probably pretty sweaty.
It's very bright up here. I started with the Mining Store about 2 years ago, I think. As I said, I'm a builder from Sydney. I knew nothing about crypto, then got in contact with the guys to set up buy a couple of miners, and from there went into the Trading Academy with Mitch, got into a bit of the day trading as well. I can't really dedicate much time to that because I've got too many building sites to take care of as well. And mate, from day dot to be able to work with the guys and be able to ask the silly questions, from me, they can actually answer me in simple terms that I can understand. As I said, I'm a builder, so turning a computer on for me is pretty hard. And yeah, that's been like if I couldn't highly recommend them enough. For me, it's it was just easy. So
appreciate it. Anyone else want to speak? We got David.
Thank you, Will. Yeah, my introduction to Imperial Wealth and the crypto game, so to speak, was actually first conversations with Ben. He's probably around there somewhere. And I walked away with a couple of miners. And then had a few conversations with Will about the game, and I was looking for a one-stop shop with this. I don't think there's much point, as having a bit of Bitcoin or a couple of miners. The real game is in DeFi and yield farming. And I don't want to go on too long, but that was my introduction. I've only been with it for 3 months, and my sort of closing comment will be it's the one-stop shop. All the resources are there to do whatever you want to do with crypto. Thank you, Will.
I appreciate it. As David said, he's only been with us for 3 months and probably progressed quicker than most clients. So went straight into Bitcoin mining, setting up the altcoin portfolio, and also getting into the yield farming. So, and the support's been good. I think you say you're happy with it? Yeah, happy with it. That's good. Peter, I'll hand it to yourself.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Look, I'm a complete crypto newbie. Actually, I bought my first cryptocurrency in July, so I've only been involved for about 3 or 4 months or 5 months. I actually saw Will speaking at this event or a similar event a year ago on YouTube, and that really piqued my interest and my curiosity, and that led me to the Imperial Wealth website. And I spoke to Taylor and his team about mining and bought some miners at the end of June, and then signed up to the Trading Academy, and of course Mitch and all his wonderful analysis and reports on coins and so on. And more recently, Will convinced me, I mean, he didn't twist my arm, but he made the point that there is an opportunity cost of not being involved in DeFi and using your cryptocurrency for staking and yield farming and that kind of thing. So I've just recently signed up to the DeFi Academy as well, and I look forward to that because, of course, the Bitcoin bull run doesn't continue for all the years in the 4-year cycle, I expect I would be able to make significant return during the rest of the 4-year cycle from DeFi. That's what I'm looking forward to doing anyway. But look, the team are terrific. They are always available. They're very, very knowledgeable, and they're just really nice guys as well. Thanks, cheers.
Very nice words from everyone. Probably we want to get questions as well. Yeah, we might do some questions, but thanks everyone for coming up. Really, really appreciate that. Do you want to speak? Do you want to speak? I know how nerve-wracking it is to get up on the stage, so I appreciate that, guys. That's pretty much everything that I want to go through. I suppose we'll hand it around for any questions. And as I say, would love anyone to come to our stall and have a chat. The main thing that we do is a booked-in consultation. There is obviously a lot that we offer, so book in a call with us and we can talk in the weeks to come as well.
Please do as well. I'm actually really intrigued.
Yeah.
I'll be over there later if I get time. Okay, mic on, roving mic. Give a little tap.
Yo.
Cool.
Hey, Will.
Hey.
I just wanted to ask, what risks are involved in DeFi?
Great
if any?
question. So, of course, this is cryptocurrency, right? We're all probably risk takers if we're sitting in this room. The major risk when you're in yield farming opportunities is platform risk. So when you do put your money into a yield farming opportunity, you do want to make sure that you're comfortable with the site. In terms of what we offer, so we have a full-time analyst, Hish, and he will vet every single site that we ever are in. So we still can't guarantee that it's going to be the safest thing ever and that's a rubber stamping on or anything. But that's the major risk that you take in DeFi. And what I recommend to anyone that's getting into DeFi is just start small. You don't have to put your whole portfolio into it. You can put in $100, $1,000, see how it goes. And then as you are comfortable with it, some of the players I've been in for 12 to 18 months. They're my bigger ones. New ones, when I get in, I put a much smaller amount in.
Just a quick question. Anyone yield farming in the room? Hands up. Okay, good. Okay,
good to see.
Next question, and get ready to catch. Come on, I've got to have one over here.
It's working.
Close.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a quick question. So we bought a machine off you fellas here last year,
Yep.
and the suggestion was at the time, which we agreed to, that possibility of selling that machine off in a half-life sort of thing,
Yep.
and it'd probably get like something similar to what we bought for it new, being sort of like back in the bear market.
Yep.
So, like I said, 12 months ago, we bought the machines, done really well. We had sort of thought about getting rid of it, sort of like, maybe 6 months' time, something like that.
Yep.
Is that something that you'd still suggest that we should do if that's what we're thinking?
Great question. It's probably something I missed in my presentation that I should have gone through. But that is the beauty of mining. So you can set up a Bitcoin miner. A lot of people think that you have to hold on to it for its whole lifetime. It's not necessarily the case. And with Bitcoin coming close to 100,000 right now, what we will probably see is people are going to be calling us up and wanting to buy Bitcoin miners, and we're literally not going to have stock. So what usually happens during that time when there's a big supply shortage is miners' prices tend to start going through the roof. And yourself as a miner right now, we'll be sending emails out and saying, if you have a miner and you want to sell, there's an opportunity to do it. So it's your own decision at the end of the day of when you want to do it, but the opportunity will come.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
No worries.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you. A round of applause for Will.
Cheers, Phil.
Thank you, mate.
Your mic's staying up there.
Okay. We're out of time. I'm sorry. Next up, though, at 11:15, we've got the Whale Lab, and that's going to be really quite cool. So there's 10 contestants battling out for $1 million worth of support and investment, which is going to be kind of huge. So it's a first for AusCryptoCon. It's not a first for the judges, but we've got the likes of Lee Travers, David Wills, George Bardwell, Chirag Patel, and Luke Loam as well. Please come back and support them. I'm pretty sure you'll all learn something pretty good in that session. So 11:15. Thanks, guys.